Take a deep breath and settle in. You're about to discover something that could transform your next adventure. Whether you're planning your first trip abroad or you're a seasoned wanderer, there are essential insights that can make the difference between a stressful journey and a peaceful, memorable experience. In this video, we'll gently guide you through the travel secrets that most people learn the hard way. From simple packing wisdom that saves space and stress to mindful approaches for navigating airports with ease, these tips will help you travel with greater confidence and tranquility. Think of this as your calm companion before you embark on your next journey. A moment to pause, learn, and prepare thoughtfully. We believe that travel should nourish your soul, not drain your energy. If you find value in these peaceful travel insights, we'd be grateful if you'd subscribe to join our community of mindful travelers. Together, we'll explore the world with intention and grace. 1. Smart traffic management systems are watching out for you. Picture this. You're walking through the airport, and somehow the lines seem to flow more naturally than before. That's not your imagination. It's intelligent crowd management at work. Major airports across the country have quietly introduced sophisticated monitoring systems that track passenger movement patterns throughout terminals. These systems use a combination of sensors and cameras positioned strategically overhead to understand how people move through space. Think of it as having a gentle, invisible guide that helps prevent those frustrating bottlenecks we've all experienced. When you notice a checkpoint closing early or find yourself redirected to a different line, it's often because this technology has identified a potential slowdown before it happens. The beauty of this system lies in its predictive nature. Rather than simply reacting to crowded areas, it anticipates them. If thermal sensors detect that one security lane is processing travelers more slowly than usual, the system can guide new arrivals to faster-moving areas. Your personal information isn't being collected or stored. The focus is purely on movement patterns and flow optimization. This technology has already been implemented at busy hubs like JFK, Atlanta, and Dallas-Fort Worth, with plans to expand to more airports throughout the year. The next time you notice your airport experience feeling unexpectedly smooth, you'll know there's sophisticated planning happening behind the scenes. 2. Your face becomes your boarding pass. International travel is becoming more seamless thanks to facial recognition technology at departure gate. If you're flying overseas on major carriers, you might discover that showing your passport at the gate is no longer necessary. Instead, a quick camera scan matches your face to your passport photo and you're on your way. This process happens in seconds and eliminates the need to fumble through documents while balancing carry-on luggage. The technology has been carefully designed to work with various lighting conditions and can accommodate travelers wearing glasses or hats. Many international departure gates now offer this option, and some airlines are beginning to test it for domestic flights as well. What many travelers don't realize is that participation remains optional. If you prefer traditional document verification, simply let the gate agent know when you approach. The staff is trained to accommodate both preferences without any delay or inconvenience. The system is designed to enhance your experience, not replace your choice. The process respects your privacy too. Airlines and security agencies have policies requiring that facial scan data be deleted within hours of your flight. Still, if you're someone who prefers to keep technology use minimal during travel, the traditional boarding process remains fully available and equally efficient. Update identification requirements made simple. After years of preparation and multiple deadline extensions, enhanced ID requirements are now in effect for domestic flights. This means that if you're 18 or older and flying within the United States, you'll need identification that meets current federal standards. The good news is that checking your ID's compliance is straightforward. Look for a small gold or black star symbol, typically located in the upper corner of your driver's license. This star indicates that your ID meets the enhanced security standards. If you don't see this symbol, you'll want to either renew your license or travel with your passport instead. Many states have been issuing compliant licenses for several years now, so there's a good chance your current ID already meets the requirements. However, if you've moved recently or haven't renewed your license in a while, it's worth taking a moment to check. This simple verification can save you from unexpected delays at the airport. The enforcement of these standards has been implemented gradually and thoughtfully. Airport security staff are well trained to help travelers understand their options, and the process remains as efficient as ever. The key is simply ensuring you have the right documentation before you arrive at the airport. 4. Streamlined bag check through recognition technology. Checking bags is becoming faster and more intuitive at many airports across the country. Several major airlines have introduced systems that recognize you automatically, eliminating the need to scan boarding passes or enter confirmation numbers at check-in kiosks. These advanced kiosks can complete the entire bag drop process in under 30 seconds, Once they recognize you, the system matches your face to your travel itinerary, prints your bag tags, and provides you with your receipt, all without requiring you to interact with screens or scan documents. It's particularly helpful when you're managing multiple bags or traveling with children. The system works by connecting to the same databases that store your passport photo or security clearance information, if you have it. However, you need to provide consent for this service when booking your flight or during online check-in. If you prefer not to use facial recognition, traditional kiosks and counter service remain fully available. Cities like Atlanta, Detroit, and Seattle have been among the first to implement this technology, with more airports planning to offer it throughout the year. The goal is to reduce wait times and create a more relaxed check-in experience, especially during busy travel periods when efficiency matters most. These technological advances represent a thoughtful approach to modernizing air travel while respecting passenger preferences and privacy. Understanding these changes helps you navigate airports with greater confidence and make informed choices about which services work best for your travel style. 5. Pre-entry authorization for UK visits. Planning a trip to London, Edinburgh, or anywhere in the United Kingdom? There's now an additional step you'll need to complete before your journey begins. The UK has introduced a digital authorization system for travelers who don't need a traditional visa, including Americans visiting for tourism or business. This electronic approval process is straightforward and designed to be completed from the comfort of your home. You'll fill out a brief online application that takes about 10 to 15 minutes, providing basic information about your travel plans and background. Once submitted, you'll typically receive approval within a few hours, though it's wise to apply at least a few days before your departure. The authorization costs approximately $113 and remains valid for multiple visits over a 2-year period, making it quite practical for frequent UK travelers. Think of it as a digital stamp that confirms you're cleared to visit before you even board your plane. This applies to all travelers, regardless of age, so families with children will need to complete applications for everyone. What makes this particularly important is that airlines now verify this approval before issuing boarding passes. Even if you're just connecting through a UK airport on your way to another destination, you'll need this authorization. The system is designed to streamline entry processes once you arrive, making your actual border crossing smoother and more efficient. The key is remembering to handle this step during your travel planning phase, ideally when you book your flights. Adding it to your pre-travel checklist ensures you won't encounter any surprises at check-in. 6. Advanced air quality monitoring systems. Airport security has introduced some fascinating new technology that works completely in the background while you move through terminals. Advanced air monitoring systems have been quietly installed at select airports, creating an additional layer of security that's virtually invisible to travelers. These sophisticated sensors are integrated into ceiling fixtures and ventilation systems, continuously analyzing the air composition in security areas. The technology can detect trace amounts of various substances that might indicate security concerns, all while you simply walk through normal pathways. It's remarkably unobtrusive. You won't see special machines or experience any delays in your usual security routine. The beauty of this system lies in its passive nature. Unlike traditional methods that require physical contact or stopping for additional screening, these sensors work silently as part of the airport's infrastructure. If the system detects something unusual, security personnel might ask you to step aside for a brief conversation or additional screening, but for the vast majority of travelers, the process remains completely seamless. This technology represents a thoughtful balance between enhanced security and passenger convenience. Airports like Boston Logan and Denver have been among the early adopters, with more locations planning installations throughout the year. The goal is to maintain high security standards while keeping the travel experience as smooth and stress-free as possible. Understanding that this technology exists can actually be reassuring. It means security teams have additional tools to keep everyone safe without creating bottlenecks or inconvenience for routine travelers. 7. European travel authorization on the horizon. If Europe is on your travel wish list, there's an important development to keep in mind for your future planning. The European Union is preparing to launch a new authorization system called ETS that will affect American travelers visiting any of the 30 participating European countries. This system is similar to other pre-travel authorizations and is designed to enhance security while maintaining the ease of travel that Americans currently enjoy when visiting Europe. The application process will be entirely online and is expected to take less than 10 minutes to complete. Most applications receive approval quickly, though the system allows up to 96 hours for processing in some cases. The authorization will cost approximately $8 and remain valid for 3 years. covering multiple trips during that period. It will apply to all the popular European destinations that Americans love to visit: France, Italy, Spain, Germany, and many others within the Schengen area. The system is designed to work seamlessly with existing travel patterns, so your European adventures can continue with just this one additional planning step. Airlines will integrate this requirement into their booking and check-in systems, similar to how they currently handle passport verification. The key will be applying for authorization when you're planning your trip, ideally at the same time you book flights or accommodation. While this system isn't active yet, keeping it in mind for future European travel plans will help ensure smooth sailing when it does launch. It's another example of how digital systems are making international travel more organized and secure while preserving the joy of exploring new places. 8. Smart luggage battery guidelines. Traveling with tech-enabled luggage has become increasingly popular, but there are some practical considerations to keep in mind when checking these innovative bags. Airlines have clarified their policies regarding luggage that includes built-in charging ports, GPS tracking, or other electronic features powered by lithium batteries. The key factor is whether your smart luggage has a removable battery. If you can easily take the battery out of your suitcase, you have full flexibility. You can check the bag after removing the battery and carry the battery with you, or keep everything together as a carry-on. This gives you options based on your packing needs and preferences for each trip. However, if your smart luggage has a permanently installed battery that can't be removed, you'll need to keep it as a carry-on item. This is a safety precaution related to lithium battery regulations for cargo hold. The good news is that most quality smart luggage manufacturers design their products with removable batteries specifically to accommodate these travel requirements. When you check in, airline staff may ask about any electronic features in your luggage. Being upfront about smart luggage features helps ensure a smooth check-in process. If you're unsure about your bag's battery situation, checking the manufacturer's specifications or contacting them directly can provide clarity before your trip. The goal isn't to discourage the use of helpful travel technology, but rather to ensure everyone understands the guidelines so they can pack accordingly. Smart luggage can be wonderfully convenient for staying connected and organized while traveling, and following these straightforward guidelines ensures you can enjoy those benefits without any airport complication. 9. Coordinated flow systems for smoother journeys. Airports have introduced an elegant solution to one of travel's most common frustrations: the disconnect between security timing and boarding schedules. A new coordination system now links your boarding group assignment with your security screening experience, creating a more harmonious flow throughout the airport. When you check in for your flight, the system takes note of your assigned boarding group and uses this information to guide you towards security lanes that align with your departure timing. This means passengers in later boarding groups might be directed to lanes that process at a slightly more relaxed pace, preventing early arrivals at already crowded gates. Meanwhile, travelers with priority boarding status can move through security with timing that matches their early boarding privileges. This coordination happens seamlessly through airline apps and check-in kiosks, with gentle suggestions about which security entrance to use. The goal is to create natural spacing that reduces crowding at gates while ensuring everyone arrives with appropriate timing for their boarding sequence. Airports like LAX and Chicago O'Hare have been pioneering this approach with encouraging results. The system is designed with flexibility in mind. If you're running behind schedule or have specific timing needs, you can always request to use standard security lanes instead. Airport staff understand that travel plans sometimes change, and they're equipped to accommodate different situations while maintaining the overall flow benefits for other passengers. This innovation represents a thoughtful approach to managing the complex dance of airport logistics, creating a more relaxed experience for everyone involved. 10. Privacy choices at security checkpoints. The security screening process now includes facial recognition technology at most major airports, but what many travelers don't realize is that participation remains entirely your choice. The system is designed to speed up identity verification by comparing your live image with your identification document, but you can always opt for traditional manual verification instead. When you approach the ID checkpoint, the default process includes a quick facial scan that matches your appearance to your license or passport photo. This typically takes just seconds and can make the verification process more efficient, especially during busy travel period. The technology has been refined to work well with glasses, different lighting conditions, and natural variations in appearance. However, your privacy preferences are completely respected. If you prefer not to use facial recognition, simply let the TSA officer know before the scanning process begins. They'll conduct a traditional manual ID check without any delays or complications. There's no penalty or additional screening required, It's simply an alternative verification method. This choice extends to family travel as well. Parents can make decisions about facial recognition for their children, and TSA officers are trained to handle these preferences smoothly. The key is communicating your preference clearly when you reach the checkpoint, as the officers want to ensure you're comfortable with whichever verification method you choose. Signs are posted at checkpoints to inform travelers about their options, though they can sometimes be overlooked in busy airport environments. Taking a moment to understand your choices beforehand helps you make decisions that align with your comfort level. 11. Enhanced Clear Service Protocols. The Clear Expedited Security Program has evolved to include additional verification steps that enhance both security and reliability. While Clear continues to offer faster access to security lines through biometric identification, some airports now incorporate backup verification procedures to ensure the highest levels of accuracy and safety. During peak travel periods, or when biometric scans need additional verification, Clear members might be asked to present a physical ID alongside their fingerprint or eye scan. This dual verification approach helps prevent identity mix-ups and provides an extra layer of security assurance. Airports with high traffic volumes like LAX, Orlando, and Newark have implemented these enhanced protocols during their busiest hours. The additional verification doesn't negate Clear's time-saving benefits. You still move to the front of security lines and avoid standard ID check queue. However, it's wise to keep your driver's license or passport easily accessible, just in case additional verification is needed. Most Clear transactions continue to process smoothly with just biometric identification, but having backup documentation ensures you won't experience any delays if the system requests additional confirmation. This evolution in Clear's service reflects the program's commitment to balancing speed with security. The enhanced protocols maintain the convenience that Clear members value while incorporating safeguards that protect everyone's security and prevent potential identity issues. If your biometric scan doesn't process on the first attempt, having your physical ID ready means you can quickly complete verification and continue to security screening without missing a beat. 12. Automated pre-check integration. TSA pre-check integration has become more sophisticated, with airlines now able to automatically apply your trusted traveler benefits even when you forget to enter your known traveler number during book. This smart system cross-references your airline loyalty account and travel history with TSA databases during the check-in process. Major carriers like United, Delta, and American have implemented systems that can identify frequent travelers who hold pre-check status and automatically add the benefit to their boarding passes. This automation is particularly helpful for business travelers and frequent flyers who book trips quickly or use corporate travel systems that might not always capture pre-check numbers. However, this automated system works best when your personal information is consistent across all platforms. If there are slight differences in how your name appears on your ticket versus your pre-check profile, the system might not make the connection. This is why it's still important to double-check your boarding pass after check-in to confirm that pre-check appears properly. The automation serves as a helpful backup, but it shouldn't replace good booking habits. Adding your known traveler number during the initial booking process remains the most reliable way to ensure pre-check benefits are applied. When the automated system works, it's a pleasant surprise that saves you from potentially slower security lines. If you notice that pre-check isn't showing on your boarding pass despite having active status, airline check-in desks can usually resolve this quickly. It's much easier to address at check-in than to explain the situation at the security checkpoint, where officers have less flexibility to make boarding pass modifications. These technological improvements reflect the travel industry's ongoing commitment to creating smoother, more personalized experiences while maintaining the flexibility and choices that travelers value. Understanding how these systems work helps you take advantage of their benefits while staying prepared for the occasional need to use traditional process.